Disney World is finally addressing some major changes that have been long overdue. I mean, they are literally trying to essentially redo and revitalize a ton of the attractions they have within the parks. And while parks like Magic Kingdom is a perfect example, prepares for such large expansions that'll truly re-identify the park as we know it, what do you do in between? Because those are years away, and I mean years away. We're talking the 2030s. Well, here's the thing. Disney has a ton of classic attractions that have been operating since the park opened, and they finally are addressing these issues and completely revitalizing these rides as we know them. And I mean, when you think about the classic attractions that Disney has to offer, there are so many different rides to pick from when it comes to completely changing and updating and redoing them. But Disney picked the right one this time, and I want to go ride it. Big Thunder Mountain. I mean, it's one of the most iconic roller coasters in the entire world. I mean, it was one of the first ever roller coasters I was able to experience as a kid. So to think that this ride is getting completely redone like we've ever seen, it's something I really can't fathom. But really, I grew up riding the attractions at Disney World, and Big Thunder was my second ever roller coaster. So to think of it being fully redone and riding practically a new roller coaster, getting that first time experience like I did 20 years ago, that sounds great. But it leaves me very skeptical because when you touch something that doesn't really need fixing in the first place, the common saying, if it's not broken, then don't fix it. Do you really have to go in and do rides like this when there are so many other attractions at Disney that really need some touching up? I mean, personally, it's not my first choice. And even at the Magic Kingdom, we are getting some renovations that I've been wanting for a while, like Carousel of Progress. And ever since the 50th anniversary, we've been seeing a lot of these rides and shows get fully renovated. And it honestly seems like each renovation keeps getting better and better. But now here's what's funny. I already rode Big Thunder Mountain today. I'm actually just back at the park really to make this video and get some night rides as one does. But let's talk about Big Thunder Mountain because I really don't think people understand how significant this really is to Disney World. People are kind of letting this one go by, and while I do think, sure, it's not as big as something like Piston Peak or Villains Land coming soon, it still plays a major part in that Magic Kingdom renovation. I mean, as I said, we've seen the park reinvent itself with Jungle Cruise, Country Bear Musical Jamboree. Now we're seeing rides like Buzz Lightyear, Carousel of Progress, and the latest example of Big Thunder Mountain. And it's crazy to see a whole ride really get fully retracked while keeping the exact same profiling, theming. I mean, we've really only seen this with the Incredible Hulk coaster and a few wooden coasters, let alone probably the most iconic mine train coaster in the world getting an entirely new track by an entirely different manufacturer. It's crazy to see. Big Thunder Mountain is one of the most classic family roller coasters out there, and getting to ride it again after a year and a half over here at Disney World is very refreshing. And it was very nice to see some much needed updated effects come into the ride. I mean, the rainbow caverns are actually rainbow now, and they are gorgeous. The lighting and sound choices they did in there with, first off, the bat section looking 10 times better than it ever did, and then the caverns going from this beautiful rainbow to this dark red as they decide to blow it up, and you hear the sound effects and you go under the waterfall. Incredible choice, and I loved it. Such a great way to start the ride, and then you really kick off the layout, and it is so smooth. I mean, this thing is butter now. There's no rattle at all. The entire ride just flows perfectly. There's none of those janky transitions anymore, which I know some people, especially myself, really enjoyed that Big Thunder Mountain had, but it was nice to get a butter smooth experience on such a classic roller coaster. And what was great with this too is the re-rideability of Big Thunder, and that allows more families to experience it. They were able to lower the height requirement 2 inches, which I don't think you understand how big of a deal that is for a coaster like Big Thunder Mountain. And then for people who didn't want to experience it because it may have hurt them or they were worried about those janky transitions, well, now they can ride it. The second section, just as good as I remember. I mean, that's where you're gonna get that nice airtime pop in that front row. You're gonna get that amazing double helix, and it's so great. And then you enter that third lift where, I'm not gonna lie, this is where I was disappointed. Obviously, the Rock Series moved in 2012, and then it just kind of sat empty. Meanwhile, all of the other versions had something super cool in that third lift scene. So we get our own version, and while it is nice that something's in there, I mean, I do love the giant gold nugget. I love all the gold shimmers throughout the third lift itself. However, compared to the other ones, it is kind of lame. I mean, the other ones have projection effects, fog effects, and it really makes you feel like a story is being told on that lift. Whereas here, we just have opera music playing as they revealed a massive gold nugget. So yes, it is cool, and it's obviously better than nothing. However, compared to what we saw at Disneyland almost 10 years ago, it's just what are we doing? I mean, that's still miles better and way more impressive. That's really my only nod. I mean, the rest of the ride is great from there, and it's just nice to get back on this attraction and nice to have it back in the park. Big Thunder Mountain adds a lot of capacity to Magic Kingdom, so having this back is going to do wonders for the park, more than people think, especially with it being so popular now that it is new. It's definitely going to take a lot of the popularity from rides like Tron Light Cycle Run, especially the brand new Buzz Lightyear, away for a little bit to where they're not always going to consistently have long waits. Don't get me wrong, Tron will always have the longest wait in the park, especially rides like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train as well, but I definitely think it will be a little more tolerable now that Big Thunder Mountain is back open. But what does this mean for Magic Kingdom? Well, really what it shows that Disney is willing to spend the money to update attractions. And like we said throughout many times in this video, there is a long list of them, but this is just the start. And it gets me excited to see what else Disney has to offer, especially with Rock and Roller Coaster really being the next one, and that's supposed to open in the next coming months. And unlike Big Thunder Mountain, this one is a very small turnaround. I mean, the ride closed back in February, and it's set to open next month. Meanwhile, Big Thunder closed in January of 2025, and it is now May of 2026. That's 18 months of renovation. So, it makes me skeptical for things like that, but at the same time, Buzz Lightyear was a much shorter turnaround, and yet that was arguably more impressive than Big Thunder. Disney is definitely capable of doing anything. I mean, they're the biggest global theme park chain, and I mean, one of the biggest companies in the world. Obviously, they can do whatever they want, whenever they want. But in this day and age where we're seeing a lot of classics get removed and a lot of rides that really weren't given the chance that they were supposed to be getting, it's nice to see that they are willing to spend the money to fully renovate rides so they can continue their service life. And now because of this change, Big Thunder Mountain can operate for another 40 years without any issues. And I mean, personally, I never want to see Big Thunder Mountain go, so I think this is one of the best things Disney could have done. And especially for that Magic Kingdom West area with losing Rivers of America, and when you ride Big Thunder Mountain, it truly does feel like something is missing. I mean, what made that ride, I think, was seeing the water and seeing Tom Sawyer's Island across from that ride, and when you're just looking at dirt and construction walls, it honestly doesn't feel right. I didn't feel like I was on Big Thunder Mountain. I'm not joking, that was the weirdest part of riding this version of Big Thunder Mountain, was because of the surrounding sight lines, it felt more like a new ride than the actual ride itself. So even though everything in the ride was new, what felt the most different was everything surrounding it. I mean, granted, to think, if we rode this ride just 3 years ago in 2023, we had Splash Mountain and Tom Sawyer's Island right there. Now when we ride it today, it's dirt and Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It's a completely different sight. And this is where all the changes are really coming to the Magic Kingdom. And I'm just imagining, if this is what it's like now, what's it gonna be like when things like Villain's Land does begin to open? What's it gonna be like riding Villain's Land and seeing Big Thunder in the distance? Is this going to hurt the ride? Is this going to make the ride better? Truly, I don't know. So it's very interesting to follow Disney, and personally, I'd recommend, if you're a Big Thunder fan or you're looking forward to getting back on it, make the trip down, get a ride on it. It is so nice to have this ride back. And especially, like I said, with Rock and Roller Coaster opening soon, and then with Millennium Falcon getting these new missions in the next coming weeks, there's a lot of changes coming to Disney, and they are happening all at a very short period of time. Meaning, get ready to book your next Disney vacation. Make the trip down here, because this is what's going to help Disney create more attractions. This is what's going to help Disney keep funding the parks and keep adding these major additions that we love to see. So this is just the start. I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest has to offer. All right, let's go. This is my favorite part of the ride right here. Here we go. Love this hill. It's so good.